Time for us to check in with Dr. Joe Schwarz, who joins us every Tuesday afternoon, sometimes even here, but usually a little later than this. But Joe, it's election day. We have to move things around, so thank you for making yourself available. By the way, Dr. Joe is host of the Dr. Joe Show, which airs Sundays here at CJAD, 3 o'clock. He's also director of the McGill Office for Science and Society. Joe, I sent you an article. I saw this. I clipped it, and it says a good way to measure your aging and to make sure you're in even better shape as you age is to do something as simple as standing on one foot. So Can you kind of get into this? Why is this even significant?
Yeah, there's nothing new about that. This has been going around for a long time. Because as you age, you tend to normally have less balance. So by being able to stand on one leg for an extended period shows that you're in pretty good shape. It's well known that with age you lose your balance, so it does give you sort of a clue. But so what? What are you going to do about it? So I don't place all that much, emphasis on this. I mean, of course, if you can stand on one leg for a longer time, so much the better.
But I mean, if you could do
what are you going to do?
What is it an indication of? If I can do it for 30 seconds and only someone else can do it for 10, am I healthier, in better shape? What does it mean?
It means you're in better shape.
That's it?
Yes. Yeah, it means that you're in better shape.
Will I live 10 years longer?
10 years, that's pretty wishful thinking. Right?
Okay, fine. Let it go. It's not. I think it's kind of funny. The first time I tried it after I read the story, it's something you don't think in your head is that all that difficult to do. Then you try doing it. It is tough. It is.
Yeah, it is tough. I tell you what else they say is a similar measure is if you sit down on the floor, how easily you can get up without putting your hands down.
Yeah. My wife makes me do that at the gym. She said, there's no way. And I did it. So there you go.
You did it? You got up
I did. Yep.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
Very good. So there you're on your way to that extra 10 years.
Excellent news today, Joe. Let's end it right there. All right, let me go to this other issue here. This is an odd headline to have for you. You wrote The Threat to the Health of RFK. What's this about?
Well, as everyone knows, I'm not a fan of Trump. I don't think he's got the mental machinery to be president of the U.S. But Robert Kennedy Jr., I think, rivals him in the lack of certainly in the extent of his ignorance when it comes to science. And the real issue here is that Trump has said that he will put Kennedy in some significant position, either with Health and Human Services or with CDC or FDA or NIH. This would be an absolute disaster. The man is a mole on the face of science. First of all, his anti-vaccine stand is reprehensible. He's not only against the COVID vaccine, he's against all vaccines. And vaccines have been perhaps the most significant health advance in history. And he wants to cut down on vaccines. He also says nonsense about fluoride. He wants to eliminate all fluoride from drinking water. Fluoride tackles the biggest disease in the world, which is cavities. People may be surprised to hear that. And cavities are not just minor annoyances. They can have significant impacts on people's health. And while it is true that in affluent areas where people have access to dentists and fluoride toothpaste, you probably don't need the fluoridated water. But that does not hold for other areas where people don't have such privileges. And he's also against antidepressants. He claims that they are linked to school shootings, which is just absolutely absurd. And he says that Wi-Fi exposure leads to cancer. This is absolute nonsense. It does not do anything like that. He's on the wrong side of every scientific issue. And he headlined this meeting in Washington, which was Make America Healthy Against, MAHA, they called it, which was just a bevy of misinformants going up on the stage one after the other, with the likes of Vani Hari being featured. She's the one who labels herself the food babe. She has a very large following on social media, even though she has zero scientific background. But she has sort of created this illusion that she's the people's champion, fighting for rights and against companies. And she was pontificating against the evils of food dyes. Now, Aaron, as you know, we've talked about this. I'm no big fan of food dyes because I think they're just cosmetic. We don't need them in the food. But if you listen to her, you would think that they're putting arsenic into cereals, when they use food dyes. And it was just one overstatement after the other. And then they had Del Bigtree on there, who's a very vocal anti-vaccination person. And if these people get to have some power, it's going to have a tremendous impact on the health of the population. There already have been cases of physicians being assaulted, because they were promoting vaccines and promoting proper health care. I mean, obviously, Dr. Fauci is a prime example. I mean, he hasn't been physically assaulted. Others have been, but he certainly has been verbally assaulted. And I dread what would happen if these misinformants who have zero understanding of science have an impact in FDA and in CDC. Yeah. I mean, Trump was talking about Kennedy being director of the CDC, someone who has zero understanding of science. It's really quite unbelievable. So, this is also something that needs to be taken into account, especially in the U.S. when they're voting.
And by the way, for people who think, perhaps you're misstating this, Trump said exactly that, right? That he would consider putting him at a position at that level in charge of the FDA. I mean, it's crazy.
It absolutely boggles the mind.
Yeah, that it does. All right, Joe, we're out of time. I thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.
You bet. Dr. Joe Schwarz, as I said, you can hear him here on his show, 3 o'clock Sundays on CJAD, The Dr. Joe Show.